Clouds melt into rain. Snow packs down on glaciers. Small streams feed mighty rivers, great lakes, and the sea. The earth keeps turning. China's homeland enjoys spectacular mountains and abundant waters. The varied climatic conditions shape lives and livelihoods. Let's start from the heart of things, following the amazing creatures of the high mountains, tracing the source of the rivers, and voyaging across the seasons to see the great natural glories of China. In the far southwest of China, in Yunnan province, the Gaoligong Mountains run north to south along the border between China and Myanmar. One peak in the center of the mountain range is marked by its stone moon, a 60-meter tall and 35-meter wide aperture in the blackness metamorphic rock. The Nujiang River, one of the great rivers of Southeast Asia, can be seen through it. The Nujiang River in China becomes the Salween River after it crosses into Myanmar. Its total length is 3,240 kilometers, of which 2,013 kilometers are in China. 19 kilometers to the east lies another great river, the Lancang River, the largest cross-border river in Southeast Asia. Another 46 kilometers to the east is the Jinsha River, an upper tributary of China's longest river, the Yangtze River. Three great rivers flowing in parallel to each other quarter the land. This has created a unique area of global bio-isolation. In 1985, it was found from satellite maps that three great rivers flow in parallel southeast of the Qinghai-Tibet Plateau. Further research showed that this parallel flow extends for 170 kilometers, forming deep gorges. This has created a unique biological isolation in the region. The Nujiang River is the westernmost of the three rivers. West of it are the towering Gaoligong Mountains. The difference in elevation is 4,000 meters. In the virgin forest on the China-Myanmar border dwells an elusive and mysterious snub-nosed monkey. In 2010, Chinese scientists were able to confirm it as a new species. There were previously only 4 snub-nosed monkey species known to the world. The Myanmar snub-nosed monkey is the 5th. Its population is estimated to be around 400 strong, and this forest is their only habitat. The evergreen broad-leaved forest seems to be prolific, but the monkeys have to be perspicacious in their lifestyle. It is said that they can identify more than 90 edible plants and lichens in the forest's vegetation. They are reckoned to have the most varied diet compared to other snub-nosed monkeys, with flowers included in their diet. The gigantic Hengduan Mountains trap the warm air currents from the Indian Ocean, leading to storms and heavy precipitation. As early as 2,000 years ago, people understood the key to the region's weather pattern. The hilly terrain speeds up the rise of the warm and wet air current, making for unpredictable weather. This also brings particular challenges to the tree-dwelling Myanmar snub-nosed monkeys. In fact, they are not the only snub-nosed monkeys in the Three Parallels River area. The Nujiang River was called the Black Water River in tribute of Yu, China's earliest geographic text, due to the dark color of its waters. On the river's eastern bank, another species of the snub-nosed monkey lives among the cloud-enveloped mountains. These are the Mei Li Snow Mountains, the highest peaks in the region, reaching up to 6,740 meters above sea level. The towering mountains accumulate large amounts of cloud, which covers them all year round. The weather in the mountains can race through 4 seasons in just a few hours. The ancient glaciers, towering snowy mountains, and swirling clouds all interact around the high peaks. Looking at the western slopes of the Mei Li Snow Mountains, the mountaintop has the air of an ancient sage, peacefully at rest. Just as remarkable, the snub-nosed monkeys that live below the snowy peak have evolved into a different species as a result of their isolation. This is the black and white snub-nosed monkey. Of all the different species, they live at the highest altitude. In comparison with the richly diverse habitat of the Myanmar snub-nosed monkey, the black and white snub-nosed monkey's habitat in mixed coniferous forest is more monotonous. When autumn comes, the black and white snub-nosed monkeys need to migrate to a lower altitude, 2,000 meters below, to obtain more food. Jumping between trees can be risky. The adult male has held back because the branch to land on is too thin. After carefully weighing up the odds, it decides to jump. The rest of the group look on anxiously. The baby monkeys are fed on their mother's milk for a year, after which they will learn to graze for themselves with the help of their elders for another 2 years. This baby monkey looks around with curiosity at its new winter quarters. Black and white snub-nosed monkeys normally give birth every 2 years. Experienced mothers usually let their babies clamber all over to practice their vital climbing skills. The baby monkeys need to overcome challenges themselves. Once, all snub-nosed monkeys lived on the Qinghai Tibet Plateau. Besides the Myanmar and black and white snub-nosed monkeys, there are 2 other species in China, the golden snub-nosed monkey and the gray snub-nosed monkey. 1.6 million years ago, the continual rise in the plateau's elevation, along with its geographical isolation, created the different species. The isolation of the 3 parallel rivers area also offers opportunities for plants. Many mountains have become discrete biological environments. This is where the rhododendron genus originated and abound. Big differences in altitude and a rich diversification of environments have resulted in more than 200 species of rhododendron. When the flowering season comes around, mountains and meadows are covered by a magnificent botanical spectacle. On the western slope of the Baima Snow Mountain, the Quaternary glaciation has carved 2 symmetric U-shaped valleys. The 2 valleys stand next to each other. Every year at the start of summer, countless alpine flowers bloom in succession. Separated by the rivers, the mountains act like a bridge down from the Qinghai Tibet Plateau, along which marmots can travel south before descending into the valleys. At the bottom of the U-shaped valleys, plants grow low to the ground to protect themselves from the chilly high-altitude winds, which break branches and speed water loss. Higher up in the valley, the mountainsides are bare rock with no surface soil. In this harsh environment, plants cover the gravels like cushions. These furry leaves act like a winter coat. It has a cute name, the snow rabbit. Vestiges of the Quaternary glaciation can easily be seen in the 3 parallel rivers area. Besides the U-shaped valleys, there are many other majestic reminders of the area 2 million years ago, when the glaciers reshaped the mountains. When the rain stops and the sky clears, the sunshine brings a clutch of rainbows. West of the Nujiang River at 3,400 meters above sea level, there are two moraine lakes, which act as headwaters for the lower plateau and wetlands. Myth has it that ancient gods cast a spell across the land to furnish this miraculous vista of plants, turf, and water. This is the wettest region in the three parallel rivers area. The southwest monsoon from the Indian Ocean brings heavy rainfall. This feeds a complex local water system with waterfalls, rapids, and steep, craggy valleys. In the northern forest of the Hengduan Mountains lives the sizable Mishmi takin, a separate species from the Sichuan takin and golden takin. The Mishmi takin is a unique subspecies resulting from the Nujiang River's biological isolation. With brown fur, they are sometimes confused with cattle, but in fact, they are goat antelopes. The towering cliffs, precipitous ravines, and complex environment and bio-isolation pose a challenge to the Mishmi takin. To join up with the rest of their herd on the other side of the river, a group of 4 takins are contemplating the risks of crossing. The water levels are at their lowest of the year. When the rainy season comes, it will be impossible to cross. But it's not easy to find a crossing point. The speed of the water is quite daunting. At last, one takes the plunge. The others follow, and all make it to the other side. Compared with the 3 great rivers, the rushing rapids of the Hengduan River are quite small. But they still take a toll on the strongly built takins. Some of the injured will struggle to survive. Upstream, in the upper Lancang River valley, hot, dry air presents a very different picture, with sparse vegetation and desert-like conditions. It is a world of scorching heat and bare rock. In this delicate ecosystem lives another curious species, the emerald mountain dragon. The lizard is endemic to the valley below, 3,000 meters in the upper reaches of the Lancang River. It was only discovered by scientists in 2016. Emerald from head to toe, able to endure extreme hunger and thirst. It's a beast in a rare environment with a very low population. Across the mountains, on the western bank of the Jinsha River, the enclosed valley is also hot and dry. The riverbanks are steeper, the air is scorching, and the land is extremely barren. Here, yet another unique creature can be found, dwarf blue sheep. Short in stature, they are endemic to this parched valley by the Jinsha River. Compared with the blue sheep that live on the Qinghai Tibet Plateau, the dwarf blue sheep is just half the size. Even in June, food is still scarce. To relieve their hunger, a mother dwarf blue sheep and her daughter are seeking food along the cliffs. In the seasons short of forage, the dwarf blue sheep gather to seek out special sustenance. Their destination is hidden behind the sheer cliffs. In the corner of the gully, there are lush cacti. Mother and daughter have finally reached their goal. The cacti's juicy leaves and fruit provide vital nutrition for the sheep. In such testing conditions, the dwarf blue sheep survive to this day simply thanks to the apparently unappetizing cacti. To the south, the Jinsha River's rapids gradually slow down. At the Shigur town, the river turns abruptly to the north and enters a gorge between the Jade Dragon Snow Mountain and the Haba Snow Mountain. This marks the end of the three parallel rivers' southeasterly flow. The relationship between river and mountain here is unparalleled. The difference in elevation is 3,900 meters. Over a course of 17 kilometers, the river descends by 216 meters. The Jinsha River, rising on the Qinghai Tibet Plateau, gradually and unpredictably winds eastward across China. It is the only river among the three that ultimately reaches the East China Sea. This is one of many incomparable gorges shaped by towering mountains and winding rivers. The parallel flow of the three rivers has created multiple isolated environments, which accommodate truly unique species of living creatures. They are truly among the natural glories of China.